Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
It's a house!
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Hello, freaks. How the hell's it going? Well, looks like they finally got some surveillance footage out there, which kind of means they're stuck. You know, it means they haven't been able to figure out who the person is. In the Spencer and Monique Tepe case, he's the dentist that was killed. They were both killed and their kids were in the house. Alright. And I was reading the articles and they said that they don't know where, they didn't mention where the, I could tell this was in one of the alleys, right? You can just tell by looking at it. Like there's a driveway and then across the street, like, so here's the video. Now we can go like this. I can zoom in on him walking. Now I think this is on his way to doing the killing. This person, I think they must believe this is the person. And today, guess what they said? They said they believe the murders happened between 2 and 5. Well, what did we say on this channel? I said 4 a.m. 3 to 4, something like that, right? All right, so they're at 2 to 5 currently. But hey guys, guess what? It's another day, another show. So if you're watching and you want to help support the Grant Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, nobody's required to do anything. But if you can, that would be fantastic. Send in super chats, etc. No, I'm not covering Paramount Tactical Disputes tonight. Are we covering the Candace and Paramount Tactical Disputes tonight? No, we're not. I was just over on his show. He just texted me, hey, you want to come on for a minute? You know. So I went on that show for a little bit. That's not what my show's about, though. I don't know. They didn't wake up. Probably a silencer. I mean, you know, when we say, how did they didn't? I mean, does it matter what the answer is? I mean, they didn't. And maybe they did. And they didn't kill the kids because the kids don't know them, maybe. They're pretty young, right? Weren't they 4? And they're pretty young kids, right? Hey, thanks, Boggle Queen. Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. People always have these weird questions, like, there's something intriguing when they go, huh, why didn't the kids wake up? Like there's some kind of something to get from it. Oh, why didn't Dylan and it's just, I don't know. We're not robots. We don't do exactly the same thing that everybody thinks that we do. All right, but guess what? I spent like 2 hours looking for this spot. And I almost didn't find it. And it was just unbelievable. I think I did find it. I'll show you. It's an alley, okay? And I looked everywhere because I couldn't find it on this alley, and I went all over the place. Alley, 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 alley. And then I decided, let me go on the alley that I think it was anyways. So then I'm over here, right there, on this alley. This is the one behind their residence, just like I said on the first show. Remember that? How I said I think the killer came in through the back on the alley? And some people disagreed. Oh, I don't think so, Gray. I think they, you know. Anyways, we're going down here, and I keep looking. So let me show you what I was looking for. See that brick? That little thing right there? That brick? That's all I was looking for, because that's all you need. That brick. There's that little brick pile that's right there as sort of a stand there. So then I kept looking around, you know, everywhere I went. Right here, going up and down, and you know, thinking, okay, well, the one across the street has a driveway that's filming across towards the brick. So then I went all the way down like this, and I made my way all the way through, and just kept looking and looking, and none of these made sense at all. And then I went all the way down that street, didn't find anything. So then I said, let me just try it again. I go down this direction. This is probably one of my best little finds that I've ever had. Okay? Out of all the years, one of those crazy ones. So anyways, you come right down here. And this is it right here. Watch this. So this is what the problem was. Coming from this direction, it's like from 2019, and they did a ton of construction. I mean, watch this. Boing. I mean, this is totally different. Right? But look at this right here. There's a little driveway there. And then right there is the surveillance camera. And then guess what? There's the cement wall right there. And then, okay, so then let's go back to that. There's the cement little brick wall right there. Hey, thank you. Athea. Wait, I'll see you later on. I'll see you later on. Anyways, that's a boom, okay? Because look, there's the... And then one of the cool things, too, is I was looking over here. I don't know what this is. These black things right here. See that? I mean, maybe those are some sort of disability rail system or something. But see that? Those are right there. And then watch this. Right there. Can I get a boom shakalaka? All right. I mean, that was pretty amazing because there's no way to see that stuff other than if you went like right there. Forget it. I mean, and I'm sure those bricks are probably behind that fence or something, but it's just not there. And you would have had to go, ooh, let me turn around. I mean, there's no way, you know, then finally you get to see it. All right. So what does this mean right here? Hey, thanks, Cheryl Bullock. What does this mean right here? Well, so now we see that. That's that perfect little driveway, or what do you want to call it? Not a driveway, a patio from the parking building. I don't even know what to call that. But there it is right there. I mean, that is exactly, you can see it from on this one. And the garbage cans are even in the same place. That's the crazy part. So look, see there's a blue garbage can right there. And that's right next to here. Then there's even another blue one over there. And then look, there's a garbage can over here and there. But I don't think they finished building. Believe it or not, there's 2 buildings after this that were put right there. So if we go back down the street view, you'll see how it looks like there's construction that went on because, let's see, right back, right there, see, that's where that was, and then these 2 buildings were put in later. All right, so what that means is, all right, see you later, See you later, Michael. You know, we just don't do rude people like you. You know, I have to get rid of you. Maybe come back in a day or two. All right, let's see. So what it means is this is where he was going. He was heading this direction, just like this. And the back of the Tepe house is right here. So he was on his way to commit the murders. Now, I'd like to see the images later. That'd be pretty cool. But hey guys, any chance we could get some support for the channel up tonight? We're currently at 1/30th of a nightly goal. It's going to be difficult at this pace, so if we can get some people out there that want to help support the channel, that would be great. Unfortunately, my channel's been relegated to having to ask a million times on a nightly basis to try to make things happen. I wonder what that is. Jeez. But yeah, so he went this direction. I mean, obviously it's before, right? He's not going to kill and then go, ooh, let me go walk back this way again. So he went walking down the alley this way, and he probably came in from behind right over here. Like somewhere like in here-ish, and then up these stairs maybe, and then into the house. That's my opinion. He could have also turned, you know, right in here and climbed over that fence, because there is a tree there. Maybe he thought that was better. This one over here is wide open, so he could have just climbed up over that, jumped down, 3 or 4 in the morning, goes through this door here, or maybe he goes even down below there, whatever that is. Looks like that might be another building. Yeah, people can jump a fence. I just said that. Goes up these stairs and then into the room there. Yeah, you could have gone all kinds of places, Jeff, you know. I just said both of them, yeah. I know, I just said that. It's like people don't even listen to what I say. It's pretty weird, you know. I said, yeah, you could have gone in this door right there or down below into this opening right there. I just said that. All right. Yeah. Well, either way, he went in this way. He didn't go through the front door. Okay, he didn't go through the front door. I think we can all agree. There's a Ring doorbell in the front of this house. He probably knew that and did not go into the front. He went into the back. So, hey, Columbia Dispatch, feel free to use the information that I just got. Columbus police have released new footage of a person of interest seen walking in the alley near a home where a Wineland Park couple was found shot to death in late December. Spencer Tepe, 37, and his wife, Monique Tepe, 39, were found dead with gunshot wounds in their home on December 30th in the 1400 block of North 14th Street. The Tepes, 2 small children, were found in the home unharmed, police said. Police have since released very little information and have not publicly identified any suspects. The nearly 30-second video provided by police on January 5th shows a person walking in an alley near the couple's home, but does not identify the specific alley. Well, you know it now. It's the one right behind the house. Detectives believe the shooting happened between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. in the upstairs portion of the house. See, now this is more narrow, closer to the time that we came up with. I don't know. I don't know if there was a dog in the house. Why? What difference does it make? They can't talk. In the upstairs portion of the house. And then down here it says, police described the person seen in the video as a person of interest. The person is seen walking in the alley during the time frame of the killings, police said. You're probably wondering if there's a dog, you know, maybe they didn't say anything because they knew the person. Like the dog didn't bark because we just don't know. None of us have any, I don't even think there's a dog in the house. I'm sure they know the alley location. I'm saying the newspaper doesn't know the alley location. Obviously, they know the alley location because there's the one that got the video, Big Darren. Jesus, where do you guys come up with this stuff? I'm just saying this newspaper right here, Dispatch, doesn't know because the police didn't give it to him. Man, what kind of night is this right here? This is going to be one of those crazy ones again, isn't it? We have received and are continuing to receive numerous tips from the community, which our detectives are following up on. Yes, everybody, the surveillance footage just showed up out of the ether somewhere. It just popped up. The police don't even know where it came from. It just sort of showed up on an email somewhere and just said anonymous, and here's some surveillance. And they went, wow, that surveillance seems legit, and then put it out to the public. They had no idea where it came from. No, well, nobody suggested that whatsoever, Big Darren. I said, hey, the Columbus Dispatch, if you want to know, here it is. See that? Columbus Dispatch. Says it right at the top of the screen. Loved your doodle, so perhaps there was one. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if they have a dog, great. If they don't, they don't. You know, even if the dog didn't bark, it means absolutely nothing. Some dogs don't bark, some do. Some are, you know. Well, the key thing here is just to kind of look for the. And I'm just teasing you there, Darren. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But hey guys, how do we get the support going on the channel? It hasn't budged since I mentioned it 5 minutes ago. We're currently at $13.99. And if you're wondering why, my channel donated $46,000 last year to true crime related charities and $275,000 since January of 2020. And it only happens if the channel is making income, ad revenue, super chats, etc. all combined. Unfortunately, lately, nobody's watching videos unless you're doing conspiracy theory nut job content, and I'm not making those. All right. Hey, thanks Sarah Shroom and Timothy Cecil. What kind of shoes? What do you think he's got on there for shoes? It's kind of weird how there's that shiny spot right in the front. Look at that, Timothy Cecil. Got 5 memberships. Very cool. Thanks, man. And also Sarah Shroom. You know, why did they cut this top part off here? It's almost like they didn't want you to know where this was. They made it as hard as possible to figure out where this is. And why not say where it is? You know what I mean? Like, how does it hurt you? You just say, look, this is where it is, and this is right down the alley from where they live. I mean, look at this. This is right here. Right there is the surveillance. It's actually a little bit further than that. The camera's right there. And that's the little brick wall that you see. And there's 2 buildings here now. And so, he's walking in this direction on his way to the house. Now, since they're saying 2 to 5 now, I think what they're telling us is that is probably right around 2 something, like 2, close to 2 o'clock when this guy's walking by right here. Because they would have, now they know, okay, he's almost there, so it's going to be between, let's add 10 minutes from where we see him walking. So I wouldn't be surprised if this might be right around 2 o'clock, and they're just saying 2. As a matter of fact, that's probably exactly the time frame of that video is 2 o'clock. And then they're just saying that the killing happened between that time and 5 because they must have some other piece of information. Because they know that I think they know that he comes around, gets into the house somehow. Maybe he sits back here for a while too and doesn't necessarily go right in. He might have been doing like what Kohberger does and sort of sitting outside, waiting, watching, making sure all the lights are off, maybe wait a while for the lights to stay off. And then he goes in, making sure that they're asleep first. Hey, thank you, Stevie Warbo Tech and Lee Hilliard for gifting memberships. And look at that, we've got Lee Hilliard, been here for a month now. All right. Let's make sure we get to 2. Yeah. And thank you, Susie Kraft. Yeah, that'd be awesome if you guys, everybody just started gifting memberships. That'd be sweet. Let's see. So we got that. And let's just look at, these are some more articles that came out today, before the surveillance came out. Usually they're just sort of recapping. Authorities, and hey, by the way, before we get too far, remember last night at the end of the show, that case that we covered? It was the case of Kathleen Tennant, the one where she was standing outside the front of her house and then a car pulls up and she got shot. Well, believe it or not, I literally got a hold of the daughter. Her daughter that was alive at the time, and she was actually outside on a bike and saw her mom get shot. And that never makes it into the papers, but she saw the whole thing. And she was only 4.5 years old, but really just like imprinted. She remembered the whole thing. And she was actually thinking, I gave her the information that we came up with. And she thought that was interesting, but she's also always thought it was somebody else, her stepdad. But we both agreed that it was a hit. And we talked for like an hour. It was really, I think it would be cool to have her come on the show sometime. It's a pretty interesting story. She's actually, her mother, you guys want me to tell you this really quick? Her mother was her mother dated this guy for 5 years. He was black. And this daughter is a child from that relationship. And then she, and I think they just quit dating or something for some reason. Then he left, and then she got married to somebody, and then apparently her mother was looking to get out of the marriage somehow, and then she ends up being killed. So I don't know if that's why she was killed, or it was the lawsuit in that other situation that she didn't know about it. She never even heard of it. See, that's incredible, isn't it? I mean, it makes you think that law enforcement didn't know about that either. We just got lucky because I happened to look up that date, So anyways, it's pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, well, apparently that's what it was. But, You know, oh, and then it was kind of an neat little story. I guess when she was like 30-something years old, her biological father, the black man, they finally tracked her down. They'd had such a struggle trying to get a hold of her for years. And I bet he had cancer, and then she went out and talked to him. And, you know, before he died a couple weeks later. I thought that was really nice of her to do that. She went to the funeral and everything. And I mean, it was a really cool lady talking to her, you know. So, and we spent like an hour. And first she was kind of skeptical, didn't know if I was who I was, or I don't think you have to know who I am. I think she just didn't want to make sure I was some weirdo that was, she had a bad experience with somebody else at one point. But we got along really well. It was cool. So there you go. Now we'll move on back to what we were talking about. Yeah, it was a really, well, let me tell you guys this. This is stuff we didn't know, too. Okay, so in front of that house, she was shot. It was a green Mustang or something like that. Then they found the abandoned Mustang in a parking lot, and it had been stolen. But they also found a wig in that vehicle. So then I was saying, well, why does law enforcement think she knew the person then? If she went to the car, she walked towards the car, the person's got a wig on, that just means she went to the car anyways. It doesn't mean she went there because she knew the person. They put a wig on and everything. And then I'm thinking, well, do they still have the wig? Why don't you guys test that for DNA, for God's sakes? I mean, I don't know. I think they've just dropped the ball and just forgot about this whole case. Sucks. All right, you guys, we're on one of those lulls again. So if you're out there, you have the ability, that would be great. Right, authorities, and right now we're at 1/6 of a goal, but it's better than 1/30th. Authorities in Ohio have disclosed the apparent cause of death. Yeah, we already knew that. For a slain Ohio couple, which was known. Hey, like People Magazine, you're way behind here, you know. Spencer Tepe and his wife Monique Tepe were found slain in their Columbus home on December 30th by police responding to calls for welfare checks on the couple. The office of Coroner Nathaniel R. Overmeyer at the Franklin County Forensic Science Center tells people that apparent causes of death for the couple were gunshot wounds. Whoa! Is that breaking news by you guys? It said that in the first articles. That she was shot in the stomach or chest, and he was shot multiple times. In an incident report reviewed by People, the Columbus Division of Police said 37-year-old Spencer and 39-year-old Monique were pronounced deceased at the scene. The deaths are being investigated as homicides per the report. An official cause of death is yet to be released, pending other details required for the coroner's determination. But as toxicology reports, the coroner's office tells People such as toxicology reports. Let's see. Police previously said Spencer suffered several gunshot wounds and Monique was shot in the chest. Right. They did previously say that. So why are you acting like it's new to figure out that they were killed by gunshots? Let's see. According to a report previously cited by WSYX, the coroner's office, declined to confirm this information and directed People to Columbus police. The investigation began after Spencer concerned co-workers told police he did not show up for work, which was uncharacteristic of him. Oh, hey, cool, Timmy. Oh, thanks, man. Hey, Timothy's going for a wave, you guys. Don't let Timothy Cecil down, man. Don't let him down. He always gets let down. You ever notice that? That was you and Amber Maiden. Seems like when you guys do your waves, everyone goes, yeah. Thanks, Timothy Cecil. I can hear kids inside and think I heard one yell, the caller said, according to the dispatch. Spencer and Monique were known among loved ones for their warmth, kindness, and dedication to building a life rooted in love, their family said in a statement. They were extraordinary people whose lives were filled with love, joy, and deep connection to others. I read part of the statement shared with people. Hey, thank you so much there, Melanie Tone. And they've yet to announce a person of interest. That was earlier in the day, but that is a person of interest that we have now. Let's see what it says on this one. It says, Columbus police have released new footage of a person of interest seen walking in the alley near a home where a Wineland Park couple was found shot to death in late December. Oh! What the heck? Thank you, Monica. Marty's Bar and Grill. Thank you. Wow, that's so kind. Thank you so much. We got to see the cat eye again. It's been a while. Let's see. Very weird. The owner of the dental office called 911. I'll tell you what we came up with on a previous show. I think I don't think it's that weird actually. It wasn't. I don't think we determined that wasn't that weird, Susie. Yeah, just that he runs the place, right? And so he's supposed to be there. So obviously one of his techs probably called and said, "Hey, he's not around." And then they called. I'll tell you the part that was weird, though, that we found the other day. Right here. Balrose made the first 911 call at 8:58 a.m. and asked, let's see. Right here, let's start right here. Spencer Tepe had rarely missed work at Athens Dental Depot, located about 75 miles southeast of family's Columbus home. We actually have heard these conversations, so I don't have any suspicions about this guy. And he and his wife were always responsive, according to the owner of his practice, Dr. Mark Valrose. But on Tuesday morning, he didn't show up for work, spurring concern from his colleagues that continued to grow. I mean, my opinion is that they were aware of something in the background, some negative thing. When they could not get in touch with him or his wife, according to 911. Valrose made the first 911 call. This is the owner of the building. Just pay attention to what we're doing here. This will be pretty significant. Valrose made the first 911 call at around 8:58 a.m. and asked police to conduct a wellness check, telling the dispatcher he is always on time and he would contact us if there were any issues. And he goes, I don't know how else to say this, but we are very, very concerned. He said this on the call. This is very out of character for him, he continued. We can't get in touch with his wife, which is probably the more concerning thing. See, that really stood out to me right there. Why would that be? And see, what the reason that would be is the story, the thing that they were aware of that was negative. Do you think maybe that might be something related to the wife and something going on in the background related to the wife, and they know about that? That's why they were so concerned so quickly when they haven't heard anything, and they know it's about her, and they can't get a hold of her. I think that's a big deal right there. It might not be, but man, that is a weird thing to say. That is something which is probably the more concerning thing. So, hypothetically, let's just say this. The husband's at work, and he says something. He tells the coworkers, I'm a little bit worried. There's this guy that's been, an ex or whatever it is, that's been stalking my wife, and man, it's getting really spooky, you know? And they know about this. And it's kind of a recent development. And then when he doesn't show up for work, they're more quickly jumping on, oh my God, you know, get a hold of, you know, because it's out of character for him to be late, but it's very soon for people to get into call the police mode and for regular people out there, right? So then, when he tries calling him, he's like, okay. But then when he couldn't get a hold of the wife, who would always answer too, that was a bigger deal because that's what the sort of rumor information they had in the background was about. That's my theory. Yes, that's what we're wondering about. Marty, right there. Exactly. That's exactly right. And there is some information about a ex-husband with court filings and weird stuff. Like she had to go into a shelter at one point. So I think there's a really, you know, that's a possibility. You know, I can't say that that is what that is, but I mean, I don't know. It feels like there's something that was going on in the background. What do you guys think? Do you guys feel like that's a significant statement right here? Because this seems like that's something you're sort of, what do you call it? What's that called when you, like subliminal, I'm not sure what, if I'm saying it right, but he sort of like accidentally is saying that. You know, he knows that there's something bad behind the scenes going on. And then he just sort of said, you know, which is probably the more concerning thing. Like a Freudian slip almost, or whatever. Subconscious. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Thanks. Omi-wan. Yeah, so I think this is a huge piece of information. I don't see anybody with that name. I don't see somebody in here with the name of Sam. Sandy. Oh, now there is. Like way down here. What, are you responding to somebody up there from like 90 comments up? I don't know what you're talking about, Sam. Nobody knows what you're referring to. Especially when people keep whining about something during a show. That's where it's like, yeah, forget it. Don't have time for it. Hey, thanks, Richard Watts. I'm Logo of the Case. Ohio has fests that go to shelters. I'm not sure what that means. What's a fess? When you file for divorce, it's automatic. Okay. So if you file for divorce, it just says that automatically? Okay. I don't even know what he's talking about. I only see one comment by this person. Now I have to go up and read. Yeah, no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like there's no comments up above their comment. Okay, we'll see you later, Dennis. I'm not here to make you feel loved. I've never seen you before, so we're going to put you on timeout, and we're also going to put the other guy on timeout, and we're just going to keep moving forward. I think you're one of the people that get the free memberships and pretend that, you know, wow, Gray, you're so mean. Oh, God. Jesus. It's embarrassing. All right. Let's see. Now, not how it works. So it doesn't work like that? Okay. All right. We don't know. I don't know what you're saying, Lisa. I don't even know what that means. Oh, he don't feel love. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Well, you have to wait a day or so. All right. Well, you shouldn't comment related to what we're saying because then you can get stuff misread. Sorry about that, Dennis. You're going to have to wait. See how these people, they come in and disrupt the show? I don't even remember talking to Sam. Does anybody remember anything about Sam? What was I supposed to say? Hi, Sam! You're the greatest human being on the world! Thank you for being here! And sorry, Dennis, up there. I misread your comment, but you shouldn't be commenting about stuff that I'm talking to somebody else about. You did what? I don't know what that means. I did what? I don't even know what you're referring to. You did? You commented to him? Never seen the guy in my life. Hello, Sam. It's great to have you here. As a matter of fact, I love having you here. You're the greatest person that's ever shown up to my show. It's a fantastic show when Sam the Man is around. Thank you very much, Sam, for showing up to the show tonight. If I haven't said it once, twice, I'll say it again a third time. How's that? Feel better? All right, cool. He spoke to me about what about last night's show? Michelle, what about it? Jesus, what do you mean he spoke to you about it? What does that even mean? God. Right. Yeah, so we're currently at about 40% right now, you guys. So if we can get some more support for the channel, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, so what, but I know, I get it, but what is it saying about the not being welcoming, Michelle H? That's what we're asking about, not, oh, hey, talk to me about the case last night. What is it, what is he talking about? God, I hate this part right here. It's just so nauseating. What's in 10 seconds? 8675309. I don't even know. Hey, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a long time either. Okay. I don't even know what he's saying. I just want to feel, I don't feel welcome. When? Last night or today's show? I'm just doing a show. I don't have anything to do with it. I actually, oh yeah, timed out by, oh, just 10 seconds. Oh, okay, cool. I thought I accidentally timed him out for like, what's 1,000 seconds? How long is that? I don't even know. Hey, oh, maybe if you can go, you can time him out a second time and he comes back on. Oh, okay, I can see you, Dennis. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Oh, I think what you know what you can do is retime somebody out to a lesser time. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty sweet. That's very cool. Hey, thanks for doing that. 8675309. Awesome. Hey, thanks, Doreen Ace. Yes. Hold on. Hey, Doreen Ace, you're one of the greatest people on the planet Earth. Thank you very much for showing up tonight. like you did. Hey, I did it for you, Doreen. Very good. Very good. Oh yeah, what's the other one? Oh yeah. This is all for 8675309. Her favorite song ever written is right here. Alright. And then yeah, that went with that. There you go. Alright, you can reverse a big timeout by timing. Oh yeah, see, there you go. I didn't know that. Didn't realize that. That's really cool. That's cool. Oh, that's awesome. Man, that's such a good thing. You know, that way if you make a mistake, you can just, you know, like sort of retime them out for a short amount. Better about a roofing business I'm hoping to run in the new year. Quite nervous though. It all goes well. I'll be laughing. What are you going to be laughing at? All right, well, good luck, Stevie. I think you'll get it, man. You're going to get it. Yeah. Should do it. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Anyone know how long ago Monique divorced first husband? I think it was 2014. If I remember correctly. I think I do have a some kind of a screenshot of a document. This thing right here. No, 17. Not 14. Like 17 and then... But then there was some other thing that was supposed to be happening in 2025. I'd like to see what the guy looked like. Just to see if it was consistent in any way with the guy walking in the surveillance footage. Alright, so... Anyways, you got that. Hey, 8675309 is going for a wave, you guys. How you feeling, by the way?
Wave. Ocean wave emoji. Ocean wave emoji.
Are you all better now? He's not blocked, Bonnie. We've already been talking about this for the last 20 minutes. How we just unblocked him by shortening his time out. And 8675309 said, don't leave her hanging. All right. Anyways, thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
Ocean wave emoji. Ocean wave emoji.
There's a whole bunch of phone calls to the police. No, that's not true, Mike. He was supposed to be at work at 8. Yeah, we were looking at that. He was supposed to be at work at 8, so he's already an hour late to work. Nah, it's but it's still too soon, right? I mean, isn't it too soon to be calling cops? I guess that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what you're saying too. You know, like if he was supposed to be at work at 8 and then they start calling other people, it might even have been 7 he was supposed to be at work, but they start calling other people and then, you know, that's what I actually think that. I think he was supposed to be at work at 7. And that's why they know the murders took place between midnight and 5, because they know that he would normally, you know, get up and he'd have to leave by 5:30 just to get there at 7. So that, you know, it's a good way to do it on their part. But yeah, it's still like really rushing to call the cops when in reality, you know, sometimes people are just late and stuff. It seems like you'd wait till at least lunch to start getting a little bit more worried. And that's why I think they had already known something about a situation going on in his family somewhere. That's what I think. Okay, really? Okay, good. Yeah, so 7. I think that's what we determined the other day. I forgot that just now, though. I think the original 911 caller not being able to contact the wife was concerning because she was a stay-at-home mom and she was generally available. I don't think so at all. No way. Why would it be more concerning when people driving a car have those little car things and you answer the call? I don't agree with that. What happened, Bonnie? You okay? I'm glad you like laughing at murders. Pretty strange person. Doreen Ace. Well, I'll tell you about the case. There isn't really a lot of complexity to it. It's so at this house right here, Monique and Spencer Tepe, they lived here, and then one day he just doesn't show up to work. People at work try to get a hold of him, and they don't get a hold of him. And then one of them had to do a welfare check, and that was like at 9 something in the morning, or even earlier, like 8:50. I thought it was 8 something on that call. And so they did a welfare check, and that officer didn't see anything. And then the other friends of his or colleagues, maybe living in town there, they went over to the house and were like,
mentioned that her boss was 3 hours late to work. Not sure what time she called at.
yeah, so it makes more sense. And so they didn't show up to work or anything. He didn't show up to work. And then the boss that owns the dental office, it's about an hour and 20-minute drive. Athens Dental, and so some of the colleagues went over there and they could see through the window or something they could see a body on the ground and they could hear kids yelling and stuff. So then the cops came back over, then they went inside the house, and then they found that Monique was shot in the chest and killed, and Spencer was shot multiple times. So I thought that the killer had more anger towards Spencer. However, Monique broke his heart, so he shoots her in the heart, and then he shoots multiple times Spencer to sort of maybe he took her from him, something like that. And so now, this is like days later with no information coming out, they finally released some surveillance footage, and there was 2 kids in the house. 2 very young kids. I think they were 4 and 1 or something like that, in the house, and they were alive. The killer didn't kill them. Yeah, Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I just talked to her the other day, Richard. She might come on one of these days soon. Okay. We don't know if it's a work-related hit. That's one of the things that we thought about originally, because I thought it was sort of strange, the timing of the, someone like, wow, how come he's so concerned so quickly, and saying he didn't really call him by his name, etc. But I don't know. Listening to the 911, the calls that they made kind of changed my mind a little bit. And so here is the surveillance footage that was released right here. Oops, went right over the top. I'll go back. A little smudge of dirt on the camera there. Yeah, he's getting close to the crime scene now. Turns out, after doing my Google Earth magic that I always do, I found that he was walking right in this area here. And that's the alley. And I said on the very first show we did, I bet you he came into the house through this back area right here, and that appears to be exactly what he's doing. I absolutely do not believe he walked around the block and went through the front door. I mean, he's walking down this alley for a reason, to get into the house through the back. No, I don't have a daylight. It's not a filter, Bruce. It's having access to a daylight shot and access to a nighttime shot. And not only that, it's bright enough where you can see everything. So it's not worth doing. All right. So if you missed the beginning of the show, I'll show you. This was one of the longest ones that it ever took me to find the location. I even checked this street first, and then I checked every other alley in this little block area that I have. Went up and down, and then I was just really frustrated. So I went back down this alley again, and I'll show you why it was so difficult. So I was going down this alley like this. And walking down here, you don't see anything. I remember looking around. And what I'm looking for, see those bricks right there? That little stand of bricks? That's what I was looking for. That's it. Because that would just be sitting there. That looks old. That's not something new. And then I just continued walking this direction. And I made it all the way to the end. Because the Tepe's home is the second to last garage on the left. So it's going to be this one right here. So, you know, I don't know what you can see. See, they block it just perfectly where you can't see. But, you know, right by that tree you could climb over. And then you could also climb over just to the right there. And that's the house right here. Okay. So I didn't find it. Again, I looked everywhere. I was frustrated. So then I went back this direction. Like this. And I was just looking again. Because I know there's a patio, right? When you look at this, there's a patio right outside the garage. And then there's bricks over there. So then I just kept going down like this. So this is 2025. And then it shifts right around in this area. It goes out to this. Then I went, let me look at that again. Backed up. And then I said, well, look, there's a brick wall right there. That little side right there looks a hell of a lot like that. So one forward, it's not there. They did a shitload of remodeling and construction in a little bit of time. So I looked at that, and I was like, okay. And then look right here. There's a little patio, and guess what? There's a Ring camera right up there. See that?
Amazing mapping. Brilliant.
Yeah, hey, thanks.
That's crazy.
And see that? There's the camera. So that was all making sense. But I needed a couple more clarifications. So not only everything else matches too. Look at the garbage cans. It's crazy. You know, there's one there. There's one there. One over here. They're all right in that same general location. But then I looked right over here, and then I see these two black things. I don't even know what those are. Maybe they're rails for a disabled person to come out. And so then, look right there. So you can't see them there. See, that's the thing. But right here, those are them, and it's exactly where you'd expect them to be based on that camera up here on the right, looking over there. Okay, so that's how I was able to determine where this was. And so we go up in the air, and there's that little slab. These two homes are not in yet, that are there now. There's two homes right there. And he was heading this direction, and then look, boom, goes right behind the house right there. Can I get another boom? I don't know. That's the thing now. Used to, I would never get an answer before, but now I'm able to find little crazy things like that. I would say that's probably, the key thing that I'm able to do a lot is find exact spots and different things out of nowhere. That's my thing. Hey, thank you up there again, 8675309. The dad of the other four. I don't even know what that means. My superpower, yeah, maybe. I'll tell you what, though, if they didn't have the 2025 right in that one spot, I wouldn't be able to do it. Because watch this from the other side. So look back here. This is 2025. That's 2019. 2025. Look at the difference. I mean, it was like worlds apart. I mean, that's the same exact spot. And so for 2025, you can sort of see the little slab of cement and the garage, but you can't see the bricks over here. Or I guess you can see them right there, but it's just really, it would have been really difficult to sort of make the connection. And then, oh yeah, I guess we could, where are those little rails? Okay, yeah, so at this time, those rails and everything should be right over here to the right, but we don't get to see it. It's weird. Let me go back down here one more time. Turn around. Yeah, see how they're indented? See, that's so crazy. We were right by those bushes a little bit down the street, so we couldn't see when it was indented over there. Here, watch. So you go over here, and those are those bushes. So those are still there, but when you turn around, let me go back one more. There you go. And see how it goes around that corner, and that's right there. You can see at the top. There's those two new buildings that are in there. Hey, thank you, Willie Awesome. All right, so we know that person was heading there. I guess the thing is how good is this surveillance going to be at saying, oh, that looks like so-and-so, Guess we can go in here. He looks sort of thinnish, He doesn't look like a really big guy. He looks, it's hard to tell his height here. Well, let's see. Yeah, the only problem with this is see how there's this, if this wasn't here, we might be able to guess at his height. Have a good one, because you could come in like this, measure the slab here, and it's pretty accurate. You go from about right there to here, and that is 22 feet. And then if we, from that angle you could see him at, you might be able to put him here, rotate it, just sort of rotate it along the line, and then come up with some sort of a basic guess. Looks like the other one's right over here, but you can't see the other side, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, I do. I think the police do have more footage. And it might be, they have some later where he's running away, and they're putting, I'm not sure what the purpose of, I mean, I understand, I think this is more to keep people interested in the case, because I don't know how you're going to look at him totally hidden. There's not even a slight glimpse at his face, which sucks is right there, you might have seen his face right there. But for some reason, they cropped this off. This is not what the video looks like. No video ever looks like that. This thing would go all the way to the top here and all the way down like this. They just cropped that out for some reason. Now, he might have still had his head down, just like but it looks like he put it up right there, doesn't it? You see how it's different? Like, right there, see how his head's down? And now, even though you can't see his head there, it feels like you would see the lower part like it is right there. See that? But hey, guys, right now, let's see. We're still not, we need about another 20, what is it? I don't know, 24 memberships to get to the goal. Yeah, and then right there, and so he might have his head up. I guess it could still be up. You know, that's interesting, isn't it? I can kind of see it up there. I don't know if that's, what is that? Why is that? Why is that just an optical illusion? I mean, it feels like I can see it. It's weird. What the heck? Marty's Bar and Grill? Man, you're so kind, man. That's so generous. Thank you so much, Marty. That's, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, I guess it could still be down there. What a unfortunate edit, though. I think that they put something up here to block out the look. They cropped it out, basically. Hey, thanks, Mama, for coffee. We used to have a Mama for 457 rows. Haven't seen her in a million years. Thank you. All right. And that's all we have. But now we know he came from this direction. So if I was the police, I would expand. I mean, they should have done this a long time ago. I would have just told everybody, listen, if you live anywhere near this area, check out your surveillance footage. And now we see what he looks like. A lot of people go, oh yeah, no, he was on my camera. I didn't know what you got. You know, I mean, who knows? I think he's there. But a lot of people, for some reason, don't have the recorded surveillance shots. Yeah. But anyways, thanks again, Marty. That's so kind. Gray, is it better to just send money than membership? Well, I mean, if you want to, you can send like a buy me a coffee or... Yeah, where's the buy me a coffee? I don't know if it's like this or... I don't know, I'm not even sure what you type in to get it to show up, but... Is that it? Yeah, you can do it on there and then they don't take quite as much percentage. If you want to do that, that'd be cool. Thank you. Well, I mean, they converted over, so if you buy 10 pounds worth of super chats, it makes it, what, like 13 or whatever over here. Yeah, so I would have them get surveillance from all these places over here. Everywhere. And I don't think, I bet you this part over here is isn't meaningful at all. I bet you, I think he, after he was done, he went back exactly the same way, out this way, down here, and went wherever he went. I don't think this section, I bet you could eliminate the whole area there. I mean, it's just a guess, but I mean, I don't know. They did say, so maybe they have other information, so I'll leave it there. I don't want to take it away, but if he came in like this, it seems like if this was valid over here, you would have walked in somehow. You would have seen him. I mean, it's possible, I guess he came in over here and then went like that. Yeah, I thought he looked like he was about 6 feet something, for sure. That's just total guessing, though. You could have a guy that's 5'1" that was thin and just proportional, and you wouldn't know, But if this thing is 22 feet, and let's say it's right there, laying down, he'd be right there, So he's right there, 6 foot something. But that's such bad, such a crappy way to guess. If this car was gone right here, you could probably make one within 3 or 4 inches of his height. Because what you could do is extend the line off from here to where he is, and then over there do the same thing, and then know that from where the line was there to there is 22 feet, then take a shot of him where he's virtually, like right there, standing straight up, and then rotate him along that same line, and then slide it over till his feet hit the part that comes out, the line that you drew right there, and then you might be able to do it. Might be able to figure it out, but it's also a fisheye lens, so it's a little bit strange. I think this guy is 7'9", you guys. He's one of the tallest people that's ever walked the face of the earth. Strange how you can't see any color. But also, in some ways, doesn't it just seem like this guy's just kind of randomly walking around? I mean, could this just be just some crazy guy that was going to rob somebody and just killed him? And he's just kind of strolling around, almost like he's, I don't know. See that? It's weird. Maybe he's drunk. So the media all got this same one and clipped it, made it into 3 videos. I mean, a good way to do this would be to, if you wanted to make a better video that maybe somebody could do something, look at, would be to, I would go about like this, start it there. Let's see when his feet come in. Yeah, I'd even go more. Maybe like that. Scale it up, put him about like this, right? And then have him walking, and then once he gets about right there, then you have to put some keyframes in. And then here, go like, looks like he'd be about like this. And so now he's taking up more of, that's crazy. All right, so I'm going to start over again. Yeah, it's weird. He gets bigger. Strangely. Like, see how small he is because of the fisheye lens over there on the right? And then here he's taking up 2/3 of the lens. And over there it's like 30%. Alright, I'll just make it about like this. Alright. Then we'll put that in there, and he walks up. And see, his head's off the screen. Sorry, I'm just focused over here. Okay, pretty good, huh? Hey, thanks, Mama D. Yeah, they find 3 9mm. I don't remember if that's the same case, but 9mm shell casings. My Blazers are playing now. What's going on? 84, 70, 67. Not bad, not bad. Right here, you really get a lot of... like, here is where somebody might recognize him a little bit. Something like right in there. Just the way he moves around. I know what he's doing right there. It's almost like he's been drinking a little bit. You guys see that at all? It just feels like he's a little bit, you know, kind of staggering slightly. I'll say kind of, he goes over there, and then he's like, ooh, you know. Oh, jeez. Cindy, you're like stalking me. Everywhere I go, you show up. Let's see. Got a Waddles, huh? Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's kind of icy too, for sure. So it could be kind of making sure his feet are nice and, you know, planted, I guess. I mean, you know, I don't think he looked... The Delphi guy, I mean, you know, just because he's got a hoodie on, I guess, and he's walking. I don't think he looks squatty like that or anything. He looks like he's... Probably weighs like 185, 190. Thinner. You know, but that's all we got. That's all they gave us right there. And there's information on Monique's ex, who is, you know, there's some, they got a divorce, and there's court proceedings and whatnot that were taking place later. Even up until 2025, there was still stuff on the books. I don't know what for, because I don't think they share any kids or anything. And they don't have a timestamp on it. Of course not. They don't want to let us know anything. The police said that they think here's what I think. I think this is right around 2 o'clock in the morning because they said the murders took place between 2 and 5 now. I guessed that it was 3 and 4 in the morning. On the first show, I said they came from behind. See, that's the thing, you guys. I mean, isn't that crazy? Just using common sense and logic when you watch the show over here. That, like on the first show, I said he probably came through the back here. Got people go, oh, I don't think so, Gray. I think he went. We got that, and then I said, I bet you, just based on the timing of when maybe he was supposed to be at work, etc., that the murders took place between 3 and 4 in the morning. Now they're saying 2 and 5, and I think they're saying 2 and 5 because this is right around 2 in the morning when they have this video here. So they know it's shortly after that or as long as a certain amount of time. And I don't know why they say 5 in the morning. Don't know. Yeah. But hey, guys, if you're out there, if you could please help support the channel, that would be fantastic. We need another 10 memberships, and then I'll donate 5. Okay, so that'd be 15. I'll donate 5 memberships if you guys do 10. How's that sound? For the rest of you freaks out there that appreciate the work that we do on this channel. Common sense, logic, reason. We don't do conspiracy theory, nut job stuff. I know that's not as entertaining or whatever, but I think people should be more entertained with facts and knowing that they have the information figured out. And don't leave me hanging. All right? Thank you. Yeah, we have all that stuff. The names. I'm not giving it to you, though. I'm not going to start blasting people's names out and everything. Okay, of course you have to put it in there, Nancy. Jesus. My God. We don't want to do that. Jesus. God. Mm-hmm. All right, so who's going to get started on matching my challenge that I just did? I guess it's Lisa Belson. Man, I'm so lucky. Such nice people. So I'll do that. Thank you, Lisa Belson. Oh, wow. Now we're up by 27, it looks like. Crazy. Oh, man. 30 now. All right. There we go. Anyways, thanks so much there, Lisa Belson. And welcome to all the new freaks out there. Gray, I can't believe you called me a freak. Ooh. Well, the thing is that's what we call ourselves. True crime freaks. All right? Now, my license plate one time did say Freak 1 on it, meaning I'm the first freak. But then my wife got that car, and then I thought, well, how can I be the first one? Oh, I know. Freak 0. And then, while I was driving around, people would whisper. And I realized, wait a minute, they think it says Freak O. And it just happened to be right during the P. Diddy comb stuff, so it looked like Freak O, like Freak Off. And so I've immediately removed that license plate and shifted it over to a new one. All right, so there you go. That's a true story. But we are the freaks. All right, the true crime freaks. Yeah, I know, Timothy. Can you just let me watch it in peace, though, at the end, Timothy? I don't want you to, just let me watch it. He has 31 almost every game he plays. He's going to be on the All-Star team. Yeah, that's right. I mean, there have been a lot of people who help support the channel tonight, so thank you, guys. Thank you, Stevie. Thanks, Gray, for all you do. Yep. So what do you guys want? What should we do to look up something on this case? I don't know. I realized it was getting difficult, so I didn't want to spend 2 hours looking for this spot. But we did find it, and that's very close to the house. That means they probably have other surveillance of him walking, and that's the closest part to the house. Well, thanks, Nancy.
Thanks, Grant, for all you do. Thumbs up emoji.
What's this one say? Oh, let's see what this one. Yeah, we got this. See, right during the show, somebody sent this over to me, and what do you want me to do with it? We just showed it. Yeah, I've had it the whole time. It says it in my thumbnail. Hey, look at that. Lisa Belson. Bruce Holdaway is her main man. Yeah, they got to find his car, and they might be able to do that if they track back surveillance footage, but he probably was smart enough not to do that. Yeah, so that's what it was. 8:58, there was a welfare check. And then around 30 minutes later, Tepe's colleagues and friends arrived at the home, but also did not get a response. The dispatch record showed. And then a man at the scene also called 911 at 9:56 a.m., saying he heard children crying inside. All right, right up here it says at 9:22, an officer. All right, so we got right here, 8:58. The owner of the dental office where Spencer worked called police to do a welfare check. So right now he's a good 2 hours late for work, I would say. And then, sadly, it took the police 24 minutes to get there to do a welfare check. An officer arrived at the home to perform the welfare check, but no one answered the door. I mean, what a lame welfare check. And around 30 minutes later, Tepe's colleagues and a friend arrived at the home. So there might be people in the same industry. Like if you're a dentist, colleagues are other dentists, right? They're not people that work with me at my office. It's just other dentists. So they might have were called and they went over and they arrived at the home. It could also be they got to the home. What time is this? 9:50. So 30 minutes after. So 9:22, 30. So 9:52. You know what? They could have actually driven there from the office because it's an hour and 20-minute drive. And let's say about 8 o'clock in the morning, he's still not there, an hour late. So they go, oh shit, we better go check. So it's possible that they then drove all the way, got there, and a man at the scene also called 911 at 9:56, saying he heard children crying inside. I can hear kids inside, and I swear I think I heard one yell, the caller said. Man, what a nightmare for those kids. At least the older one. But, well, we can't get in. At this point, I don't know if I need to break the door in or get in the house or what. 2 minutes later, another colleague of Tepe called 911 to say that they had been unable to reach him for about 3 hours. So, gosh, I mean, man, if they haven't been able to reach him for 3 hours, so that what that probably means is that like 7:05 they called him to say, hey, where are you at? And he still wasn't there. And then about 2 hours later is when they finally called the police to do a welfare check. That all makes sense. Around 10:03 a.m., a friend of Tepe, who said the two last spoke the day before, was audibly distressed as he called 911. There's a body, he reported. Our friend wasn't answering his phone. We just came here and he appears dead. the friend said. Officers found the bodies of Spencer Tepe and Monique Tepe in their home in the Wineland Park neighborhood, Columbus police said. Their 2 children, ages 1 and 4, so it was right, were also found unharmed in the residence, police said. You know what's weird is that's the same age of the 2 kids in that last case that we covered last night, the Kathleen Tennant case. They were 1 and 4. What are the odds of that? And by the way, when I was talking to Kathleen, not Kathleen, but the daughter of Kathleen Tennant, she was so grateful sounding. Like that's what that somebody out there talked about her mother's case. You know, that's what was always so cool about us being able to do those cold cases that nobody touches all those years because, you know, these people never get coverage because they're not the Kobergers. They're not the, you know, all the big cases that are out there. So I think that's pretty cool. You're my colleague, Bruce? You are not, you bastard. I'm your colleague, Gray, you bastard. But anyways, it felt kind of neat that she, yeah, and then she said she's wanted to be on podcasts and stuff. I go, hey, I mean, I want to do something where she comes on the show and tells the story. Would you guys be interested in that? That was such a, that one and the Chris O'Connell one were really, Kristen O'Connell, excuse me. That's why we did it. You know Chris O'Connell in here, right? I had actually covered a case of Kristen O'Connell years ago. And then I went, whoa, let's go ahead and let's do this again. I don't even remember most of it. And one of the things I didn't remember, I did remember it, but I couldn't see it in the documents. And somebody pointed it out last night in the Kristen O'Connell case. Remember the one, that's the case where she walks down, she wanted to take a break and she was going to go home early from the trip. She met a guy in Miami, went to go visit him, and then was going to leave early. What also said in one of the articles is that he told her that he already had a girlfriend when she showed up. And I was thinking, why the hell would you have her come there, travel all that way if you've already got a girlfriend? Maybe he made that up because he didn't really like her once they spent time together. Who knows? But that's why she was upset and was going to leave the next day. All right. I remember that from the original time we did the story. And it was kind of in my head last night, but I didn't see it as I was going. But it turns out that it was in one of the articles. I just skipped it. Wow, thank you, Caroline. Named. How do you say that one? Let's see, WH9'd. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Lisa Belson is going to do a free challenge. She'll donate 5 memberships if 5 different people donate 1. Matching. Hey, thank you very much, Caroline. How police will investigate the case. Columbus police have not issued any warnings to the community about an ongoing threat, and the agency did not respond to CNN's questions about the timing of the killings, whether the Tepes were specifically targeted, or any information about the suspect or motive. The Franklin County Coroner's Office told CNN autopsy reports can take between 8 and 10 weeks to complete. A police incident report from Tuesday said Spencer and Monique Tepe were victims of homicide. There is no police crime camera situated on a utility pole at any intersection located. But there is a police crime camera situated on a utility. What's the deal with that? See, and I think that's exactly what I was thinking. I go, look at, if they've got that, if that camera showed anything, they would absolutely have him on camera, and they probably would have shown it to the public. And that's why I think he came in the back door, because the camera's right there, and it would have filmed him. They just don't see him because he came in the back and left through the back. Hey, thank you, Susie Kraft and Cheryl Bullock. All right, we just need 3 more of those suckers. Anyways, thanks again up there to Lisa Belson. Very kind. Oh, and there's Tamsters. Thank you so much. Let's see. On Monday, police released surveillance video of what they describe as a person of interest walking in the alley near the Tepe home in the alley, they say. During the period, investigators believe the couple was killed between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. The person appears to be wearing a black hooded sweatshirt. Yeah, I guess. Looks like brown to me. Hey, thanks, Chris O'Connell. I was just telling everybody about your namesake case that's out there. One from yesterday. Chris, did I tell you? Were you here, Chris O'Connell, a minute ago? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Got 4 of them. I actually called the daughter in that, not that case, but the other, the case at the end of the show we were covering. The case you're in, your name is in, Kristen O'Connell. The guy that she went to see already had a girlfriend when she got there. That's pretty shitty. And there's Mama DG. Look at that, you guys. There's 5. Very cool. Oh, and that's right. Lisa Belson got her match. Wow. Thanks, guys. Yeah, but I was telling them that the case that we did at the end, remember the lady that got shot in her front yard? I talked to the daughter for like an hour, and she actually saw the shooting. She was down just playing on the sidewalk by a tree and saw it. Isn't that crazy? Thank you, Stevie Warbo Tech. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thanks everybody for matching goals, etc. Very cool. And challenges. What we know about the deeply happy couple. They closed down the dental office for the rest of the week. He was fluent in Spanish, a major fan of the Bengals and Buckeyes football team, and had a generous and energetic spirit. His wife, Monique Tepe, had a background in childhood education and brought care and attention into everything she did. Do you guys think this might... I think there's a possibility this is random. I do. It's weird. It just feels... that would make it really tough. And, the fact that they're already stumped. And usually you're having a problem when you put out the surveillance footage. That means they are needing help. Because doesn't this guy look random? I don't mean to, it sounds like a weird sentence, but the way this guy is moving, it just is so strange, He just doesn't look like he... it's not... I don't mean like random, like... I don't know. I don't even know what I mean. He just looks kind of like weird. Like he's just... I mean, I think he went through the back door for sure. Let's see. And then if that's true, he already knew where he was going, then he must have picked it, but I guess there's always a possibility it's random. That's not my first instinct. Seems like it's somebody that had a problem. Like to me, it seems like. Let's see. That Spencer was the target, and she was somebody, like, the anger was towards Spencer, and he killed both of them. Because, I mean, I could see a scenario where there was a guy that wanted to be with her, but now she's already got 2 children with this guy. This guy took her from him, so he goes in there and he kills him out of rage, and then shoots her in the heart for breaking his heart, and then that was it. Yeah, wig found. Yeah, it's a toupee flying out. Looks like he might be under the influence of something. Yeah, it's kind of what it looked like. Like he's just sort of struggling a little bit. So he might have been aware of the house. How about this? When I'm saying random, that they don't know who this person is. Is that a possibility? Maybe let's do a poll here. Let's see. All right, one more. All right, here we go. There we go. Right there. I guess it's really only about the only 3 options. I mean, I guess if you think it's a hired hit, then they wouldn't know the shooter. But the way this guy's moving around, he doesn't seem like that at all. I know, isn't that bothersome, Susie? Like, why would you crop that out? It's just stupid. And that is what they did. We got 47 votes. We need more. And by the way, can we hit that like button for God's sakes? I mean, we've only got 231 likes, so hit that like button 10, 20, 25, 30. Hit that like button 40, 45, 50. Hit that like button 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button 10, 20, 25, 30. Use your nose, use your toes, whatever blows. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. It's one of the easiest damn things to do in the world. Use your nose, use your toes, whatever blows. Hit that like button. It's so damn simple. It should be really obvious right when you go into a room to hit that like button. Thank you very much. All right. Who said it's a cop? Oh boy. Now watch, it'll be a cop and they go, see? Look at anybody calling this guy a cop. If you're right, it's pure luck. Okay? It has nothing to do with good sleuthing ability. See, this is what the psychics do, you guys. They show up to a room, it's a cop. Then they go to the next room and say, oh, it's a janitor. They go to the next room, oh, he works at a stock brokerage company. Next chat room they go in, oh, he works over at the gas station attendant. Then he works up. And then they write down, what chat was that I said that in? And then they come back later and they go, see, I told you it was a sloppy Joe maker over there at Bob's Deli. You know, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do we got? Didn't know him, 22%. Ex of one of the victims, 37. Coworker of Spencer, 31. Wow, that's weird that one's second. I would say A or 1 or 2 are the most likely. Hey, well, Linda Howe, I appreciate you being here watching. Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Remember her from Art Bell days? She's right here in chat, you guys. Linda Molden Howell. It's a miracle, everybody. Can you believe it? Wow. There's one dunk. Oh, that's crazy. How was it a sloppy Joe? I don't even know what you're talking about, man. Dennis, you're... Whew. Yikes. Let's see. Doesn't appear they took anything. That's what they didn't think. Yeah, I liked Art Bell too. I can do a... Let's see, where is that? We've got the... It's right here. This is my version of Art Bell. From the green forests of the Pacific Northwest, I bid you all good evening, or good morning as the case may be. Tonight we'll have on Linda Molden Howe. She'll tell you about the cattle mutilations and crop circles. Then Richard C. Hoagland will come on and tell us why we haven't been back to the moon in over 50 years. All right, there you go. See, that's Art Bell. That's right. Let's see. Yeah, who didn't love Art Bell, huh? Well, thanks. Except he had more of a sort of a nasally. He'd go, and good morning and welcome. He sort of had this, like he didn't use his nose very much. Maybe he pulled the wrong tooth. Huh? That's right, everybody. The answer to the case is that Spencer pulled the wrong tooth from one of his patients. They were so angry, they drove out to his property, pulled out a gun, and blew them all away. Okay? Doesn't that make the most sense of everybody? No, it doesn't. But how do you know, Greg? Well, you know what? The guy would have put a freaking beautiful tooth in its place if he accidentally pulled the wrong one. But it would look weird, you know, because he's already got yellow teeth, and you put the white one in there, it would be blinking almost. Every time he'd smile, it would be like... Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What? Oh, God. You've got to be kidding. Anyways, you guys, I don't really have much more on this one, but you got... remember that one case at the end of last night where we found... that I told you I'd look up? Would you guys want to look at that one? It's the lady with the name Copp. She got, I mean, it's pretty wild, this one. Sharon Marie Copp. All right? And we'll just keep, whenever we get stuff, we need more information in this case, don't you think? For sure. All right. You guys want me to do it? All right, here we go. Sharon Marie Copp. Here, let me watch a play over here. With Caleb Love. Oh, threw the ball away. Oh, cool. Offensive foul. That was pretty sweet. All right. Do I have her in here? All right, so we're covering other cases too, you guys. So we're trying to, I want to kind of get back to being able to do some cold cases here and there because they never get talked about. And you can take off if you want to, but you'll be missing out on something interesting. But Gray, your title said the... Okay, I know, but we've done it for an hour and 45 minutes. See how I have these conversations with nobody? It's because I'm so used to the same type of replies we get from people. All right, this is back in 1976, 08. All right, we got that folder in there. Here we go. This is right around. It's in the same area as the one we were talking about earlier, the Kathleen Tennant, same place. And I turned off all of the pins. This map is virtually covered except for a little narrow chute through the Bible Belt right there. Yes, absolutely covered with yellow pins. So you have to turn them off or it slows down Google Earth to the point where you can't even move. That's right. Oh yeah, the guy sent me the my video again today. He goes, he was watching it again. It made him laugh. So we'll have to play it again for Bruce. For Bruce Holdaway. Here we go. All right, here we go.
You guys see that? I'm sure they'll get. I was on Court TV. Do you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again. When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that?
And see, that's actually my friend. He was literally laughing watching it and recorded the screen.
I'm sure they'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had
Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again.
When I was on Court TV,
One more time.
I'm sure they'll get the obligatory. I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again.
That's just, I don't know what it is, man. It's just so perfect almost, right? The whole thing. That was when I was in Moscow, Idaho, the same evening that we were told that Brian Koberger pled guilty, and I was there filming all this stuff for trial, getting ready. Yeah, it was just it just sucked. That was brutal. I heard from Vinny the other day. He sent a text message. I haven't talked to him recently though.
Chewbacca?
Hey, wow, Linda Howell, that's so nice of you. Wait, Linda, where are your UFOs and aliens?
Thanks for all your generous support, Reese.
Where is your cattle mutilations, UFO, and your alien? Come on, I need to have that in the chat. Did she do it up above? Oh, there it is. There she is. You put it. All you did was a cow and an alien. You need the corn too, though. We need all the parts. It's okay. There it is. Now you need a corn too. You need the alien, the cow, the spaceship, and corn. Thank you, Linda Howe, as in Linda Moulden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Great. Do you have any cases where they found the killer? Those seem to do. Why are they interesting if you find? I like to have it where it's. Yeah, we've done a bunch of those, but I'm just saying these are cold cases that aren't solved. So if you want, you can go watch something else if you want. I'm not doing that. We've done those before. You just haven't been around long enough to see any of them. I was just there for a couple days. It takes back. It's a 5.5, 6 hour drive maybe to get there from my house. So I live in Oregon. So I'd been there 3 times. I was there when they tore the building down. I was there 3 months before that, and then I went there in July of 2024 to film stuff, to have everything ready to go. All the new, because there were so many documents that came out that had the new information and how his car moved around, so I had to get all that. Right. Never found the killer. We've done that a million. What? Where they never found the killer? Right. That's all we do. That's what cold cases are. Steams galore. I mean, it's just such a weird question, Like, wow. Really weird. Yeah. The 2 we did yesterday, they haven't found the killer. The one I'm about to go over here in a minute, they haven't found the killer. All right, here we go. That really means you have almost never watched. Yeah. That's why I figured you must have said something else. I mean, we've literally done 500 or 600 cold cases over the years here. I mean, probably more than that. We've done thousands of cases, and almost every one was. All right, so here we go. Here is this one. This is in Pueblo, Colorado. Again, the same place. So if we go to Pueblo, and by the way, I guess since we're already going to Pueblo, Colorado, I can show you what that lady was telling me, the daughter of the person that was shot, Kathleen Tennant. Oh yeah, and there was also the car left in that direction, and then the vehicle was in this over here in this lot. It was a stolen car, and it had a wig in it. And then apparently her body was found right there on the island between the sidewalk and the street. And then she told me that she was like, the daughter was down here behind a tree just down the street and saw the whole thing. But she had come out of the house. Apparently he was like honking his horn, like, hey, get out, And then she came out and said, what do you want? And then boom, got shot. It's crazy. What is that? But hey guys, if you're out there and you want to help support the channel, we could have one of those really good nights, the great ones. But if not, that's cool too. Here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Where are we at here? I got the first one right there. A dismembered female body, of which were found 20 miles apart. Isn't that crazy? A dismembered female body parts. I guess it says a dismembered female. That's not correct English. A dismembered female body parts of which were found. It should be body, comma. Parts of which were found 20 miles apart. Was identified Wednesday night as Sharon M. Copp, 35 of Pueblo, police said. Police said the victim, who was reported missing Monday night, was beaten to death, possibly with a golf club, and then dismembered. Her headless arms, legs, and breasts. I mean, literally her breasts were cut off. I mean, who the hell would do that? were found Wednesday morning in a plastic trash bag along a road leading to the Pueblo Reservoir. Several hours later, the torso, head, and hands were discovered in another trash bag in an alley on the city's east side. I mean, Jesus, really? Portions of a golf club were found in both sacks, police said. Authorities said the first bag found by a fisherman was in an area that is heavily fished, leading officials to believe that it had not been there long. Oh, and guess who was one of the people who claimed responsibility? Who's that one idiot? The Lee. Lou. What's his name? Lou. God, it's like Lee something in there. It's three words. Something Lee Lewis or something, or Lucas. Yeah, that Lucas guy. He's like, oh, I did it. That Lucas guy maybe killed 2 people. He claimed he killed like 100 people, and then these places kept using him to, to clear their cases. It was sick. Authorities said the first bat, Henry Lee Lucas, there you go, I just remembered, was in an area that is heavily fished, leading officials to believe that it had not been there long. So they said, where was that first one? They said leading to a reservoir. So I kind of put that first spot over here. They said it was the west side of the lake. And, so I'm not really sure when the lake stops, Like, okay, here's the lake. Is that still the lake there? Or is this now... it says Arkansas River, Pueblo Reservoir. So it could be more over in this area. I think I'll just sort of put something over there. They didn't really ever get specific. And then here we go, right here. Woman's dismembered body identified by authorities. I mean, look at this creepy picture over here. The dismembered corpse of a woman whose body parts were found Wednesday, some 20 miles apart, was identified by authorities as Sharon Marie Copp of 2207. And so she lived right here. And that's the other victim of another person was over there, but she lived in where was it? Hold on. Oh, right here. She lived in this apartment complex. And that article actually had the number, didn't it? Apartment 74. Let me put that in there. Now, so it's right there. Unit 74. So now we can get really specific. I wonder if there's street view inside there now. But I think that's probably the actual... You can see it. Is it on the other side? Is that how you get in? I don't know. Doesn't look like a door there, though. Maybe it's right in the front. Yeah, how the hell do you get in there? Anyways, that's where she lived. The victim, reported as missing since Monday evening, was beaten to death, possibly with a golf club, then dismembered, according to police. Her handless arms, legs, and breasts were found Wednesday morning on a road leading to Pueblo Reservoir. The torso, head, and hands. Man, I'm just trying to picture that. That's crazy. were discovered hours later in an alley on the city's east side. Police and sheriff deputies working jointly in the case had not developed a motive for the slaying by press time. Following a meeting Wednesday night at police headquarters, the investigators began to run down leads and started to search for the suspects with an S. The case began at 11 a.m. with a call to the sheriff's department from a fisherman who said he found the woman's limbs in a plastic trash bag near a road at the west end of the reservoir. Authorities said the bag was about 10 yards from the road and, let's see, limbs in a plastic bag near a road at the west end of the reservoir. I mean, is there roads? And I guess that's a road, but I don't know. That's just way too vague to even guess. All right. "10 yards from the road in plain sight. The area is heavily fished, leading probers to believe that the bag had not been there very long. Chances for a quick identification of the headless, handless corpse were slim until the police department dispatcher was told that the rest of the body was found in the alley." Oh, look at that. There we go. Behind 1323 East 18th. I was looking for that. I don't read these beforehand because it's boring. East 18th Street, Pueblo. Yeah. That should be on the east side over here somewhere. I guess it is on. Wow, look how close. Where is this? Oh, over here? They said it's on the east side. I don't really understand. Let me see. 123. Or no, it's 1323. Sorry about that. 1323 East 18th. Okay. That doesn't really seem east side-y, but that's it, I guess. So, this is where the torso, hands, and what was the other bits that were in that one? Torso, head, and hands. So, torso, hands, and head. Yeah, that just goes to there. That's it. That's stupid. Why would it do that? Right, so it's that house right there. This pink one. Now let's take a look at that picture that they had inside here. Does that look? That looks like it's probably it, huh? Is there a little? Yep, there's that little. I don't. There used to be a fence there, but I bet you there's this little sidewalk, and then it goes back. Let's take a look. What? Oh, Jesus! There was nothing there. Yeah, let's go up right up in the air. We can see it. Yeah, I don't know. It looks old. I mean, I think like there was a line that went behind there. I mean, that's where the garbage can is then, but there must have been a fence out here at some point. It's not a lot to look at. It's so long ago, too. I mean, this is now, and this is back in 1976. Lots of changes. Yeah, we've lost like 70 people because, oh, okay, you're talking about something else. That's why these cases don't get a lot of coverage, because people just, they get bored way too fast. But hey guys, instead of having these massive lulls, if you want to help support the channel, get us one of those really good nights to make up for one of the ones that wasn't good, that would be awesome. Thank you. I don't have any challenges for you. Mine are all used up. Mrs. Alice, this is probably her right there, right? Look at her, by the way. I mean, look at this lady here. It looks like she's just, yeah, you know, and smoking a cig. That's what it looks like, right? Feet crossed over. And there's a garbage can right in front of her with a torso. I mean, is that what we're looking at, by the way, right there? Like, that's a piece of something. Pretty weird. Okay, so Mrs. Alice Wade, owner of the house at that address, said she noticed the green plastic bag earlier, but assumed it was trash, left there by youths. Both she and another neighbor, Emmy LaRue of 1328 East 13th. Was that the next one? Oh, that's right there. So this neighbor also. Alright. I figured it was one of those, but I guess it would cross the street if it was a different number. Yeah, I saw it yesterday. LaRue said it was too heavy to move, and who'd have guessed what was inside? I mean, they just talk about it, you know. They attempted to move it, but hey, guess what was inside? Miss Wade said she noticed the bag had split sometime Wednesday afternoon and was drawing hordes of flies. My son saw it and said it was a dog, she said. He said he could see its hair. The woman called the pound master first, but when no one came right away, she called for a patrolman to come out and investigate. The patrolman and the pound attendant arrived at almost the same time without looking inside. So you had a patrolman and then somebody that works at the pound. Without looking inside the bag, they tried to hoist it into the truck. We were about to get it in when the head rolled out. Jesus. Have you ever heard of it? I mean, these stories are crazy, man. You don't get these in today's papers because they wouldn't type this stuff in. Look at this. The patrolman and the pound attendant arrived at almost the same time. Without looking inside the bag, they tried to hoist it into the truck. We were about to get in when the head rolled out. I mean, that's how they write this thing. It's like, what? That doesn't even sound real. Oh, yeah, we're just hoisting it up here. It's a dog or something. And then somebody's head rolled out. I mean, give me a break. Mrs. Wade said, I couldn't believe my eyes. Police said portions of a golf club were found in both sacks. Some bricks were also found in the second sack, according to reports. I already said that, Dennis, a long time ago, man. And it's Henry Lee Lucas, not Lee Henry Lucas. Police said portions of a golf club were found in both sacks. Some bricks were also found in the second sack. I wonder what that was for. The victim, maybe he was going to weigh it down or something. The victim was believed last seen at about 7:30 p.m. Monday at a Bessemer area tavern. Her car was found near the tavern Wednesday, and police said the battery was dead. I wonder what the deal with that is. Maybe she had started it, or I guess if it was started, I mean, it could have. ran out of gas, and then the battery, it was still on, and the battery died, I guess. According to police reports, she was reported missing by her mother, Mrs. Dawn Bauman, of 1601, let's see, 1601 Jerry Murphy Road. So her mom lived right there. Jerry Murphy Road. Oh, that's not why. I don't know why I typed that in. That's supposed to be mother. Mother. Let's see. Her daughter was in the process of getting a divorce from her husband. Oh boy. I wonder what the answer to that one is. Donald M. Copp. Copp currently is in county jail. I guess maybe it's not him then. Serving a 60-day sentence on driving complaints. He's been in custody since July 29th, so he couldn't, so isn't that weird? He'd be the first person you would suspect. So that could be the same thing that we're seeing in this case of the dentist. Right? Like there's this guy, and it could be the same thing we see in the case of Kathleen Tennant, because apparently we heard that her husband was they wanted a divorce in that case too. And he was violent apparently in the past. But hey guys, if you're out there and you have the ability to help support my channel, it'd be great to have a small little wave here. I think we need another, to even things out, if we got 6 memberships, that'd be great. But, just during the time I'm reading. If you can't, that's cool too. Thank you all for your support tonight. It was really cool. Hardly even asked more than 5 or 7 times. Before there were so many... Yeah, that's what we've said 1,000,000 times on the show, Dennis. It almost seems like you're trolling me in here or something. It's weird, like repeating stuff and saying stuff opposite of. It's a little interesting. Yeah, that's what that's what I don't think Lucas killed any. I think he killed like 2 people. They used them as a clearinghouse, and now they've reopened almost every single case that he admitted doing. An autopsy on the remains is expected to be performed as soon as possible. All right. That was August 19th. Now it's August 22nd. Police seek owner of T-shirt linked to woman's murder. So it's kind of weird because this is right there. That was on a T-shirt. Hey, thanks, Chris O'Connell. Very kind, very kind. Police operations. Major Williams T. Hurley is soliciting public assistance in an effort to locate the owner of a tank top shirt. The shirt, Hurley said, may be a key toward solving the dismemberment murder of Sharon Marie Copp, 34, of 2207 East 12th, apartment 74. The shirt with the caricature of a soccer player gripping a small child in one hand and kicking a ball was found in a plastic bag containing the dismembered torso, head, and hands of the murdered woman. The bag was discovered in an alley at 1300 East 8th. The remaining parts of the dismembered body, found by a fisherman on a road leading to Pueblo Reservoir, were the first to be discovered Wednesday morning. Only hours later, the second discovery was made by an East Side resident and investigating police officers. That's right. They showed up and then the head rolled out. Mrs. Copp, the mother of 3 children, was last seen at about 7:30 p.m. Monday at a Bessemer Tavern. The woman's purse was found on Colorado 76 near the South Dump. Wow. Where's that? Is that towards the reservoir? Let's see, highway. What'd they say? Highway what? 76. See, 47, 50, 96. I mean, I wonder if it's supposed to be 96, because 96 goes all the way out here. There's 78. Highway 76 in Pueblo.
Chewbacca?
That's not it. I don't know. I can't find it.
Thank you for all you do, Gray. You're the best.
Hey, thank you. And Dunlop. Thank you. I don't know where that is. Nah. How about I-76? No. I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I bet that's supposed to be 96. Because 7 and a 6. 7 looks like a 9. Maybe they were reading it off something. The woman's purse was found on Colorado 76 near the South Dump on Tuesday, and her car was found later near the Bessemer Tavern. Investigators determined that the tank top t-shirt would have been purchased at one of 2 local Kmart stores since February of 1976. That's that crazy detective work they used to do. The shirt is described as being yellow in color and a child's medium size. A small tag on the collar reads Profile Prince, and the soccer player caricature displays the number 10 on its jersey. Hurley said only 8 such shirts of the same size had been sold through the 2 stores since February. Persons with any information concerning the possible owner of the tank top t-shirt in police possession should contact the Pueblo Police Department as soon as possible. Members of the department's investigative division, headed by Hurley and Police Captain Dick Bravo, are conducting a round-the-clock probe into the murder. Police are continuing their questioning. It's kind of a creepy-looking image. Isn't that crazy? And thank you, and Dunlop again. Very kind, very kind. Yeah, he's not running in 2028. I wish he could. Let's see. Profile of a murder. Will he strike again? These are the ones that I think are interesting sometimes. Well, actually, are you talking about the midterms? Ah, forget it. Get out of here. What kind of person would murder his victim, mutilate her almost beyond recognition, and then leave the evidence of the deviancy for the world to discover? Who killed Sharon Marie Copp? For what motive? And can it happen to someone else? Many Puebloans are asking those questions, and law enforcement authorities have given top priority to finding the answers. This reporter asked several specialists in the psychotherapy field for their opinions on the case. This is before, like, profiling even. A psychologist with considerable expertise in the area of sexual dysfunction looked at the case this way. It's the most bizarre thing I've heard of in a long time. This was an act of revenge, possibly on the suspect's mother in a symbolic way. The psychologist said the suspect probably hated women since childhood, a feeling enhanced by an unsatisfactory relationship with his father. I mean, yeah, why did he... I mean, cutting off the breasts was strange. Are you guys here? We haven't had any comments for like 3 or 4 minutes. The psychologist said the suspect probably hated women since childhood, a feeling enhanced by an unsatisfactory relationship with his father. It's a man between the ages of 20 and 40. He's very strong and obviously capable of great rage, but he's also capable of great cool. The focus of his anger was centered on the sexual organs of his victim. I guess we didn't. There's some stuff we don't know about. A local psychiatrist with much work in the field of marital problems said it's not unusual for couples to make statements regarding castration of their spouses. He believes the suspect also to be a male from one of 2 sources. He's either from a penitentiary environment and wanted to show his friends and the world how antisocial and angry he is. I think that's stupid. Or he knew his victim and held an enormous hatred for her. Both men said there was a strong possibility that the murderer would strike again, the psychologist said. The best predictor of the future is the past, the psychiatrist added. If he is from an institutional environment, he may do it again. A University of Southern Colorado psychology professor said the source of the murder was probably sexual. The murderer was unable to lead a normal sexual life. Therefore, his attack was primitive and aimed at the source of his victim's sexuality. He probably got a sexual kick out of it. Isn't that weird? These are sort of like profilers before there was profilers. The educators said, we'll be able to tell very soon if the incident was the end of it and aimed only at Mrs. Copp or just the beginning. He explained that if the murderer specifically sought out Mrs. Copp, his motivation for killing again is gone. Yeah, let's see. Hold on. I think it's right around this time, isn't it? I guess it was 72, so this is 4... Yeah, it looks like late 60s. I watched that show with... John Douglas. I guess it's developed in the late 60s, early 70s by interviewing serial killers. So none of these guys are part of that, but this is still early, 1976 here. The murderer was unable to lead a normal... The educator said, we'll be able to tell very soon if the incident was the end of it and aimed only at Mrs. Copp or just the beginning. He explained that if the murderer specifically sought out Mrs. Copp, his motivation for killing again is gone. If we have another murder, you know what we've got, he said. A serial killer. Why the psychotherapist talked in terms of what could be police and sheriff investigators were steeped Monday in what is dead body, no suspects, and few clues. A pair of rubber gloves stained with what appeared to be blood were found over the weekend near the sewage treatment plant on the city's Lower East Side. The gloves were sent Monday to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation Laboratory for special analysis. Policemen searching along Colorado 76, so they're saying that again Saturday, found the victim's brassiere. Let me try one more thing. SR 76. Jeez, where the hell was it? Where is SR-76 in Colorado? Interstate 76. That's I-76. Interstate highway that starts at I-70. Oh, there it is. I-70. And there's 76 right there. And does that go over here? 76, 76, 76. That's interesting. So does this go all the way through towards the... It doesn't, it looks like it goes that direction. Wow, we're nowhere near the, what happened? Where are we? I don't even know where we went. Yeah, so it's way down here. How do we get to 76 from down here? That's crazy. Man, I don't know, man. That doesn't even make any sense, does it? It's just all over the place. Other persons' personal effects were found in the area, but investigators have not yet found the murder weapon. So that's weird. So policemen searching along Colorado 76 Saturday found the victim's brassiere and panties. The find was made near Imperial... Okay, let's do that. Imperial Memorial Gardens. So that'll give us a help. Imperial Memorial Garden... Imperial Memorial Gardens. Okay. There we go. It's down here. That's Highway 78, though. See? 78. That's not 76. I guess that's where the problem is. This is where the... brassiere. Okay. So right around there. And that's nowhere near the... It's going away from the reservoir. A pair of rubber gloves stained with what appeared to be blood were found over the weekend near the sewage treatment plant on the city's Lower East Side. All right, let's see. Sewage treatment plant, Pueblo. Okay, and we've got that place. Water department. This is the treatment. What did they say? The west side? City's Lower East Side. That seems... Oh, that makes sense. There you go, yeah. So... And... How'd they find this stuff? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, how are they finding... It's wild. So, blood stained gloves. And this guy put stuff all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. So then we got other personal effects were found in the area. but investigators have yet to find murder weapon or weapons. The victim was dismembered with a very sharp knife, a hacksaw, or both, police theorize. There was evidence that before she died, she was beaten and stabbed. The search also continued for the person who purchased the tank top shirt that was found in a trash bag. Police Captain Richard Bravo said he will send teletypes to every department in the country asking for information of similar crimes. The body of Mrs. Copp, the mother of 3 children, was cremated Saturday. So that was, I think we're on this one. Now look at this sketch. That's the sketch they've got of this guy. I mean, that's some weird looking dude. I'll be honest with you. That's almost mug worthy. It's so creepy looking. Have you seen this man? Police Thursday released a sketch of a man seen by fishermen late Tuesday near the spot where a trash bag containing parts of Sharon Marie Copp's body was found. The unidentified man is being sought for questioning. In the slaying, Police Captain Richard Bravo said 2 men were headed for a fishing spot on the west end of Pueblo Reservoir at about 11 p.m. Tuesday when they spotted the man sitting on a car. They reportedly shined a light on him and noticed that he was drinking a beer, and the trunk of the car was open. Police sketch artist Detective Richard Lipich said the man was described as a Caucasian between the age of 20 and 30, looks like Frankenstein combined with, it doesn't say that, but between the age of 20 and 30. Imagine a cop saying that. Yes, he looked like Frankenstein. All we need is the 2 little electrodes on the side of his head. Except his hair looks like Vinnie Barbarino. Caucasian between the age of 20 and 30. He was over 6 feet tall, thinly built, with light red blonde hair. He was wearing white dress pants and a brown pullover shirt. Sounds like he's about to go disco dancing. The vehicle was said to be a white, late model, possible Chevrolet. It had black vinyl top and was described as being nice looking. Lipich said the 2 men who gave the description said the hair, nose, and shape of the face of the sketch were exact likenesses. They could not remember the man's eyes or lips. Okay. And Lipich said those features should be disregarded when viewing the sketch. All right, so, okay, everybody. Hold on. Let's see, what do we got to do here? Let's take this. And let's go ahead and get a... Let's try it. We need to play the X-Files music, you know. All right. Okay, so what they just told us was they could not remember the man's eyes or lips. All right. So let's go ahead and put that out the way they wanted us to. And that right there, everybody, is your killer. Don't look at the eyes, don't look at the lips. And there's the killer. Yes, we all recognize that guy as an alien from Zeta Minor. Look at that. What are you talking about? Don't... Forget his eyes, okay? Okay, forget all of that stuff. It's just the nose and the face are perfect. Okay. Anyone with information about this individual should contact the police department. All right, this one says, hardened family killer is suspected dismemberment murder. Richard Turner, the prison inmate who slaughtered a Penrose family of 5 last week before committing suicide in Morgan County, also is a suspect in the slaying here 2 weeks ago of Sharon Marie Copp. Well, they discounted this person later, so no point there. Cops leads take probers afar. Leads in connection with the Miss Sharon Copp dismemberment murder discovered by local authorities on August 18th. This is September 22nd, a month later. An investigation by the police and sheriff department is continuing. A nationwide search for Mrs. Copp's killer was launched when parts of the woman's body were discovered in locations about 20 miles apart. A murder similar to the Copp murder is under investigation in Oklahoma City, Grubb said. We're just checking out leads. Yeah. All right, then we go to 2 years later. Like, they didn't just keep covering this one. Sharon Copp slaying still a mystery. 2 plastic trash bags, a boy-sized tank top t-shirt, portions of a golf club, several bricks. These are pieces in the Sharon Copp homicide puzzle, a bizarre case that is as much a mystery today as it was 2 years ago. On the morning of August 18th of that bicentennial year, a fisherman telephoned the Pueblo Sheriff's Department and breathlessly reported his discovery of a trash bag containing the victim's arms, legs, and breasts on a road at the west end of Pueblo Reservoir. Later the same day, the rest of the body was found in another trash bag, this one in an alley in the 1300 block of East 18th. Together, the Sheriff's Department, police, and district attorneys investigators unleashed an investigation into the slaying, the likes of which the city has never known. They interviewed hundreds of persons and filled huge notebooks with testimony and written evidence, but they haven't been able to come up with anything that will lead them to Mrs. Copp's murder. We're still following leads from time to time, but we're not pounding on any doors anywhere, said Police Sergeant Frank Grubb, a key figure in the murder probe. If it never gets solved, it won't be because we didn't work it. Let's see. We spent a lot of time in the bars talking to people who might have seen her that night, said Grubb. No one saw if she was with someone, and no one remembers who she left with. What took place from the time she left the bar until Wednesday morning, when her remains were found, is clouded in conjecture. Police know only that she was beaten to death, possibly with a golf club, then cleanly, almost surgically, dismembered with a sharp instrument. The remains in the first bag were clean of blood and well preserved, while remains in the second bag were badly decomposed. A subsequent autopsy failed to investigate the possibility of sexual assault or drugs. However, a joint statement by lawmen said the tests would have added little. How do you know? Less than a week later, the body was released to the victim's relatives and cremated. I mean, even in 1978, they said, if there would have been a need to examine the body again, it would have been impossible to do so. Suspects in the case, and so now even with the new technology, they can't exhume her and look it up. I think it's almost, it's ludicrous in cases that aren't solved, no matter what the circumstances are, for you to cremate somebody. You got to, I mean, I know it sucks, but then you got to, keep the body somewhere so somebody in the future can figure something out, I was in a fraternity for a while when I was in college. And it was based on what Lisa just said. Never open a bucket or a freezer. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Is I remember we had a chapter meeting one time. And this guy goes, you know what's so gross, man? There was this wadded piece of toilet paper on the ground, and I unrolled it, and inside was I think it was like poop or something. And everybody's like, oh, that's gross. And I raised my hand, and I go, why the hell did you look inside that? You know? Because that's what bugged me the most. Like, why did you see a rolled up piece of toilet paper in a bathroom and feel like, hey, you know what, this is a great time to unroll that thing and see what was inside of it? Right? I think that's crazier than whoever left it on the ground. All right? And everybody just laughed and laughed. And then the story we just went on to something else. All right? It was sweet. I go, yeah, you know what? Why did you look at that? And everybody just started laughing. That was good. See, I was funny back then, too, you guys. Okay. Who said you're funny now, Gray? You're a bastard. I don't like you, Gray. I never have. I remember this one time I came in. Oh, Jesus, would you just shut the hell up? Just one time. Okay, thank you. There I go again, having a conversation with somebody else. I must be schizophrenic. Ah, shit. What's the next one? And now the articles are just getting... I know. Why would you reach down and pull up the crumbled piece of toilet paper next to the toilet? Why do you need to see what was in there? It's never going to be any... Name the one time that you think, my God, there was a diamond ring inside of it. No. The following summer brought the most horrifying case in local history. These are a bunch of cases. And still sends chills up the spines of investigators who are yet to find a link between, this is from 1982, between the grisly evidence and the killer of Sharon Marie Copp. The young woman, dismembered body was found in 2 plastic trash bags about 20 miles apart in the morning of August 18, 1976. Fishermen at the west end of Lake Pueblo found a bag containing her well-preserved arms, breasts, and legs. The rest of her body, badly composed, was discovered a few hours later behind an East Side residence. The only clues left behind were the trash bags, a boy-sized medium tank top, several bricks, and I would say every single thing that was thrown out of that car. They touched it when they threw out the panties, all that stuff. None of the evidence could be linked to several suspects in the case, who have since been discounted. The latest development came a few months ago when police questioned a former Pueblo man whose girlfriend said he confessed the killing to her. The former butcher, who now lives in California, said he told her the story because she's crazy and would calm down when he reminded her of what he was capable of doing. Jesus. He told that to the cops? Bravo said, the man passed a polygraph test, and we promptly arrested him for possibly going to kill her in the future. I mean, what an idiot. Who would say that? Well, I told her that story because I wanted to let her know that I could dismember her body. Jesus, what a... Some of these people... Oh, yeah, you remember that one? You've been around that long? All right, listen to this, you guys. I was in the chapter meeting one time. Me and another guy went down there first, and we look over, and we see this huge spider. And we thought, oh, okay, that's like some goofy Halloween thing. And then we looked, and it started moving. And it turns out it was one of those Mexican red-leg tarantulas. And it had been living in the chapter room. Somebody lost it 2 years before, never said anything. I don't think a lot of us would have lived there if we'd known about that. But it was down in the chapter room, and then we moved the podium away. There was this huge complex of webs and everything. It was pretty creepy. All right. Man, I can't believe you remember that one, Chris O'Connell. You'd have to have been here for 5, 6, 7 years to know that one. All right. Would he keep going? Well, let me just do that. The former butcher who now lives in California. You know, I told my girlfriend that story because she's crazy, you know. And it would calm her down when I reminded her that, you know, I really could have done the exact same thing to her if I wanted to. Well, you know what? Was she crazy or was it you? Let's see. Move on to the next one. 1997. This is 15 years after that one. Not Forgotten Pueblo Unsolved Murders. So they just bring that a little quick synopsis again. I wanted to go to this one. This is a actual story just on it again. That's her. We finally see a picture of her. That's her right there. And here's a better picture. That's her right there. And let's just see what this says. So this is in the Pueblo Chieftain. Online, you have to pay to be in that. All right. Speak with just about any Pueblo law enforcement official from 1970s or even today, and they will tell you it was the most gruesome homicide in Pueblo history. Okay, let's see. Let's try this. See if it works. Speak with just about any Pueblo law enforcement official from the 1970s, or even today, and they will tell you it was the most gruesome homicide in Pueblo history. It's a homicide that has perplexed authorities for years and still hasn't been solved. Stay tuned while we delve into the case. Hey, that would work, right? Like a... Yeah. All right, let's see. You hear about these kinds of things, but you hope you never see them. Jerry Price, then Pueblo County Undersheriff, was quoted as saying in the Pueblo Chieftain. I wasn't really disturbed when I saw the body, but the second I got near a phone, I called my wife and told her to lock the house. Richard Lipich, a former police detective with the Pueblo Police Department, said. Sharon Copp's body parts were found some 20 miles apart on the morning of August 18, 1976. Copp, 34, lived in an apartment building on the 2200 block of East 12th Street. Police said Copp was beaten to death, then dismembered. According to Chieftain article written by then reporter John Salas, that published the day after the homicide, Copp's handless arms, legs, and breasts were found the morning of August 18th on a road leading to Pueblo Reservoir. Her torso, head, and hands were discovered hours later in an alley on Pueblo's east side. The case began at about 11 a.m. that morning with a call to the sheriff's office from a fisherman who said he found the woman's limbs in a plastic trash bag near a road at the west end of the reservoir. Authorities said the bag was about 10 yards from the road and in plain sight. Soon thereafter, a police dispatcher was told that the rest of the body was found in an alley behind a home on the 1300 block of East 18th Street. According to the 1976 Chieftain article, a woman named Alice Wade discovered a bag containing Copp's head, hands, and torso in the alley behind her home. I want to look at that again. So, was it right here? So it's back here then. Did they drive on that by chance? No. Of course not. So I guess it was back on behind the house in that alley there. Wade said she noticed the plastic bag, but thought it was just trash left by someone. She and a neighbor eventually tried to move the bag, but couldn't because it was too heavy. On August 18th, Wade noticed that the bag had split and was drawing hordes of flies to it. Her son looked at it and thought it was a dog because he saw hair. We've already read a lot of this. A patrolman was called to come investigate. Without looking inside the bag, he and another man tried hoisting it into a truck. They were about to get in when they heard a head. Never mind. They were about to get in when the head rolled out. Wade was quoted as saying, "I couldn't believe my eyes." Police said portions... He should have said, "I almost lost my mind." Police said portions of a golf club were found in both sacks, leading them to believe that was the weapon Copp was beaten to death with. Then Pueblo County Coroner Robert Stewart said the cuts made on Copp's body were very clean and possibly done with a saw or sharp knife. He said there was evidence that she was beaten before she died. Copp was believed to have last been seen at 7:30 p.m. on August 16th at the Bessemer Area Tavern. Her car was found near the tavern on August 18th. They never mentioned the name of the tavern. According to police reports at the time, Copp was reported missing by her mother, Dawn Bowman. Bowman told police her daughter was in the process of getting a divorce from her husband, Donald Copp. The case has befuddled law enforcement from the day it occurred and is still a mystery decades later. The last information in the case came in the 1980s when serial killer Henry Lucas and Otis O'Toole were questioned in connection with Copp's murder, as they became, basically they became a clearinghouse. Anybody here? We got Tamster laughed like 10 minutes ago, and I keep looking over and it's the same comment. They were eliminated as suspects because their methods of operation, or MO, was not the same as the one used in Copp's case. Currently, Pueblo County Sheriff's Office Chief Charlene Graham was just beginning her career with Pueblo Police Department when the homicide happened, but remembers the case well. There was a lot of headlines, get it? Headlines, and a lot of talk about it, she said. Graham took over investigations for the Pueblo Police Department in the early 1990s and was asked to go over cold cases to see if there was anything technology-wise that could help police solve some. Okay, there is somebody here. Oh, good. I assigned some cold cases, but that was not one I ever assigned because there just wasn't anything there, Graham said. It was gruesome, but there was nothing to go off of. There was no leads or anything. Graham said a motive for the homicide was never established. I know they talked about the Colorado State Fair being around and carnival workers maybe, and you had those serial killers at the time traveling the world and killing people. But I don't know, she said. Speculation was it was someone. What? Okay. Speculation was it was someone who was very angry at the moment. Someone who was methodical. When it's random, it's all that much more difficult to solve. Graham said she agrees that the Copp homicide was one of the most startling in Pueblo's history. As far as shock value, yes, it was the worst murder, she said. To have a dismembered body in two different places, that was just unheard of, and still is. And basically this is the same stuff. This is their official website on it, and that's her. That's it. That's all there is. Can you believe that? Like a case like that was so little anything. I bet that was a serial killer, and they just they never got caught. Nobody does that shit. So there you go. We discussed another old cold case. Hope you guys found that mildly interesting. pretty strange. Oh God, my stomach. Do you hear that? My stomach went. Oh jeez. Wow. Crazy. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for your generosity tonight. Very cool. I mean, it was amazing. So, thank you to Boggle Queen. Let's see. I'll see you later on. And then Cheryl Bullock, Sarah Shroom, Timothy Cecil gifted 5 memberships. Very cool. Then we had Leah Lillard, new member. And then Stevie Warbo gifted 1. Then Leah Hillard gifted a membership. Then Susie Kraft. Then Monica Reeves. Timothy Cecil. He said he made so much with holidays. He thought he'd share some. Thanks, Timothy. And then Melanie Tone, Monica Reeves, and then we had Marty's Bar and Grill with a cat eye donation. And then Richard Watts jumped in there, and then we had Doreen Ace, and then 8675309, the legend, came in. Timothy Cecil, then the Vegas Andrews, then Marty Mellon, then Doreen Ace, and then Mama for Coffee. And then 8675309 gave another super chat for my amazing mapping, bricks, etc. That was one of my better sort of finds, you know, to find that one little frame that you could see what we needed to see, the one place. Let's see. Willie Awesome. Marty's Bar and Grill again gifted 20 memberships. Can you guys believe that? That's amazing. Just boom. And then we have Mama for Coffee. Lisa Belson gifted 10. And then I gifted 5 because you guys matched something. And then Shelly Pink gifted 1. And then Stevie Warbo. And then Caroline WH9 gifted, did a cat eye donation. Then we had Susie Kraft gifted 1, Cheryl Bullock, Tamsters, Chris O'Connell, they all gifted 1. And then we had Mama D gift 1, and then Lisa Belson gifted 5. Then Stevie Warbo, Linda Howe, and she said, appreciate you, Gray, love you and all the freaks. Love you too. Linda Howe, as in Linda Molden Howe. And then Chris O'Connell gifted 5, and then Ann Dunlop. So thank you guys. That was very cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, tonight was more... It was cool because tonight I didn't feel like I had to... I didn't ask 17,000 times for support, you know. It seemed more like it just sort of flowed a little bit better. You know, I don't like those nights. It's frustrating. It makes me feel shitty. Get rid of what virus? What are you talking about, Julie? Nobody knows what you're talking about. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. I wish I knew what the guy earlier was talking about when he said he didn't feel welcome. I didn't know what he was referring to. I had no recollection or knowledge of anything that they were talking about. It seemed like they were just disrupting the show intentionally. But that's like a narrative they like to push out there. Oh, she'd been sick. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was kind of like the old days. It was a little bit like that. Yeah, I had a friend he was sick for like over 2 weeks. Like whatever it is, some kind of cold or flu or something that's going around. But anyways, thanks everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we get some more surveillance footage. We need some more information to come out. I think there might be an arrest in that case within a week. Although the fact that they're putting out surveillance footage means that they're not in a great place. They need help. Either that or they're just giving a bone to the media and people, even though they're onto something. You know what I mean? Hopefully that's the case. But thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time. How long have we been on here for? 3 hours and 6 minutes. Last night was 4 hours and something. God, you guys are lucky. 4 hours of just incredible stuff. Anyways, thanks everybody. See you guys later. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time...
Quite a while? What do you mean, Greg?
One person.
Well, you know, like I've done... What are you talking about?
Gosh, Greg, I was just asking a question.
I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector.
Crime segment
Is my nectar. Professor Greg is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spider with a vector on his vector. With all respect, just remember I've a temper for conjecture. I have no agenda, I'm not a tender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender.
And in the end, I'm gonna send you
on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you.
Thank you for watching Grey Hughes and...
Would you shut the hell up, Mary Lou? Let me do it. Thank you for watching Grey Hughes Investigates on YouTube, where we use logic, reason, common sense, and facts in cases. That's how we figure out what the hell is going on in these cases. Thank you very much for watching. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Bye. See you around.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wow, was that Timmy and John Boy? Do you guys hear that? Timmy and John Boy jumped in there. Well, anyways, thanks, everybody. See you guys later.